What's good, everybody? Greetings, universe. Greetings, person that can sense everybody, so I use you as a cell phone. Head ass. So, now, oh my god, I lost my pen. You don't do nothing. Okay. I just did a video about jokes, one-on-one. And, we're in the jungle. Good day, mate. I got some hideous, ugliest things following me, and the repetition of my life. So now I got to figure out what life is about, okay? Because I did a video about ancestors. Did a video about clout. Did a video about the magic school bus. You feel me? I did a video about jokes, one-on-one. I did a video about citizen arrests. You feel me? So now, I need you guys' help. You feel me? On some Door Explorer type. You feel me? That kids show, Blue's Clues, the Blue Can Skidoo Weekend 2 type stuff. Because I'm an individual that can't assume, you feel me, what common sense is. Even if you can read the common sense, because 1 + 1 = 2, so if so on. So you feel me? It works in fighting, so I just think if someone doesn't want to fight, common sense is it will work in that too. So that's how I I just want to figure out about individuality, okay? So, as an individual, where high story repeats itself, what do we comprehend to another individual? Because I need to figure out who I am. You feel me? I need to figure out where I stand in the world. And right now, I'm just glowing with, I'm so cool. People can copy me even if there's boundaries. You feel me? And like I was saying in my last video, what is an energy field? You feel me? Then when I put the pen down, the energy from my body, and you feel me, heat wave will go to the pen and the humidity. You feel me? This is off of my scientific, but talking about where I fit in the world, because I'm not someone to just sit on my ass. So obviously, you can do the math of why I'm. You feel me? Yeah. So if I pick up the pen and there's the energy and heat wave from my fingers, voila. So, okay, just making sure. I just making sure I'm an adult, and that's not how life works, and they're not in the policy department in that field to tell another adult what's off limits unless they're trying to talk about fighting. So, what can we all agree with about the world to individual from the jungle to, you feel me, the organization of the jungle and people putting white flags out from the medieval time, which stopped war, because they don't bring up the medieval time, and that's where the World War I conjunction comes in. Okay, so we can admit that we are water. You feel me? That solidified and started as air. Okay, so what's another thing we can admit? I'm all, you feel me? It's all, this is, like I said, it's like Dora Explorer type. So there's gonna be that swiping, no swiping. So that's the easiest way to get other things. So, okay. So we can admit the world is multi-dimensional, right? The world is dimensional. Okay. In that, what else can we admit? That our ancestors chill on another dimension. Okay, I need to figure out where I stand. So another thing we can admit is that we was conscious with an ancestor. Okay. So that's one way we can know that the world's multidimensional and our ancestors chill on another dimension, because we was conscious with that ancestor. And I guess that's where that clause of dreams comes in. So, I put asterisk dream Okay. So that being said, we are spirits, air, started as air, that saturated into water and solidified into a solid. So that means our ancestors built, if you feel me, you're one of those type of ancestors, you feel me, on that quality and quantity of level. And now the next thing that I'm so puzzled with, why I had to get on here, is that we can admit everybody was conscious with an ancestor. So I might cry. I might just cry. So hold on, give me a moment. Okay. Where do they see that I was conscious with the ancestor? I can see. When Dana started, I can see. I'm trying to figure out why is it not the same with me? I can see where, you feel me, people was conscious with their ancestor. So why can't nobody see? Forget it. I know why. That's all that matters. So now, that being said, so the world being multidimensional, and they say leave off of where your ancestors left off of. So if you feel me, okay. So the world being multidimensional, that means I have to look at the way people is treated multidimensional wise. And, people, you feel me? People only look at for their own input. And that shit is crazy, because that shit does not sound goddamn like ancestor care, but it's elastic. So yeah, I don't give a fuck. So I don't know what that stench is. That shit, people's trying to put me in a whole shroud. You feel me? That's why I went on here. I needed to figure out where I stand, and if someone wants to die, because people know, they can see that my whole skin was like one of those type of animals that if an animal did want to think like that, they can't think like that, because So they try to stink on me with when I say get ready for when he brings up die, kill, and it's just like it's an in general speech. So if I say it in general and you try to stink on me, duh, I'm talking about you. But if you just wanted to be in the goddamn community with the world, I'm not talking about you. You feel me? It's because of it's because of our ancestors' organization and bum ass ancestors that have descendants. Why the atmosphere stinks of nobody needs to talk about kill or die. But if I am part of the ancestral family that organized the world, so no one has to talk about kill or die, I still gotta talk about kill or die. So, if I'm just talking in general about kill or die, and then you try to stink on me, duh, I'm talking about you. No matter how you trying to camouflage it is another duh. So, don't just look at the hospitality that would be given to others that don't and think, I don't know. So, that being said, we can tell that the clout of why people chilling with ancestors falls under the fouling of amnesia. Because they didn't even get the meaning of what I meant. So, someone being conscious of when their elder was conscious, but they wasn't born yet. You feel me? But they didn't come into the world not wanting to respect the elder that had them. People looking at them try to stink up the atmosphere. We're saying they got amnesia of being with the elder. And there's nothing to talk about with you. You didn't build houses, you didn't build land, you didn't build castles. I was conscious with someone that built castles. I'm not about to talk to you about how to build a castle and you gonna be trying to finesse me to build one for you. And you think that make you hardcore, like you just don't want to be my friend because I would have finessed you. No, I would have killed you. So you can say, I don't want to be your friend because I would have killed you for keep talking about finessing me. That's a big reason not to be someone's friend. So, I'm still trying to figure out where's you feel me? Everybody can run around happy-go-lucky, and I'm just like, dun, 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 dun. I'm not, you feel me? I don't want to hear that fucking sob story from y'all bitch ass. It's just because you had a pathetic ancestor and ran around with them. You still ran around with them. I didn't get to run around with nobody. So that being said, like I said, 1 + 1 = 2. It's not hard to put it together. So now that we understand we are water that started as air, that saturated to water, that solidified as water, So, we catch our spirit. So, this is where the advancement of the world is getting taken out, and that's why I came on here. Because ain't nobody sipping on my spirit but my family, okay? You feel me when I give that goddamn ultimatum, but it's just like 100% of try something. But when I talk in a way it's more of the vulgarness that should be approaching when I'm. But that's scary. So you might as well freeze up instead of watch the thing. But guess what? I'm watching that thing. So that being said, hold on. Pop goes the weasel. So how you doing? Is what was just said is, we started as air. We started as a spirit. We started as air, saturated into water. Air saturated into water. Then solidified that and has been catching our spirit saturated into water ever since. And that's where your food and drinks come from. You feel me? Ain't nobody taking from my saturated spirit that's solidified to water and solidified more, but family. You feel me? If that's where y'all saying war is at, and y'all think that's cool, trying to sip from other people, because then you look for the ones that are clean, because other people ain't that clean. Because I'm trying to figure out where I stand in the world. I'm just, I've just been trying to figure out where I stand, because I don't want to be a nobody. I don't want to be just cocky, just walking around like I get life. So it's like, the clout says I haven't asked about how life works, so I'm making this little PG-13 door explorer, swiping no swiping, get up. Blue can still do, we can too, because multi-dimensional, that our ancestors chilled. You feel me? The world's multi-dimensional, that our ancestors chilled on another dimension, and we was conscious with that ancestor till we dropped to our own dimension. You feel me? Or you feel me, in space, no gravity, because it was too lazy to build, but you probably didn't have ancestors that built nothing for you either. And then mine is just like, well, where's mine at? You feel me? Where was I when I was? You feel me? We can look at everybody else and tell they was conscious with an ancestor, but it's just like, no one can see that on me. So I guess that's where I get bullied at as a child, to show how old I am, because there wasn't a school field for people to joke about whatever the ancestors they know they was under. So they joke about being my consciousness and my thoughts. So yeah. So now we know the world's multidimensional, and no one's eating off no one else's plate. You feel me? The humidity is organized. That if someone wants a burger, it transfers their spirit for them to eat from their spirit, and they build up from when their ancestor, and that's the Harry Potter going to your bank type shit. You feel me? It's solidified bank. So the next thing is pedophiles. You feel me? Molesters. we know the world's multidimensional. So if our ancestor filed someone as a pedophile or molester, does that change if we go to a different dimension? Do we have to put paperwork back out on them being a pedophile or a molester, or, you feel me, charged with these crimes? Does it change? I don't think it changed on another dimension. So that being said, as long as it was in my family on one dimension, you're not gonna be my family on the next dimension. I'll say it again since we got this clout. If you're not my family on the first dimension that would have made you family, you're not my family on a dimension where you're trying to claim it because you think that's funny. Right? So if on another dimension you're here because of these charges, in this dimension you're here for those same charges. So, we once again, everybody got a whole thing from their ancestors. I don't have nothing. I taught myself. You feel me? That's the only thing people give me in the pat of the back. Everybody else, they can say they had a little. I taught myself. I ain't trying to sound like Future Trunks, but don't that make me slick the first gen? So, the procedures and principles went, went that? Because where do I fit? Where do I fit? I be watching people walk around, they know exactly where they fit, what they not gonna do again. Because they feel like it was like them through their ancestors' consciousness. But where do I fit? So, we gotta figure out where I fit, you feel me? We gotta trailblaze and find my foot trail. Okay? So this is what we gonna do. Let's talk about why. Hold on. Let's talk about why I'm damn penmanship. Why I'm known. Why I'm known, but we'll add that little emphasis of clout in Norcross. Okay? Let's talk about why I was known in Norcross, why I maneuvered in. Well, I could tell the world was multidimensional, but no one told me, because where do I fit? You feel me? Everybody else was told the world was multidimensional. I was never told, and high story repeats itself. So, while I was known in Norcross, they could tell I can see the world's multidimensional. I knew the back streets and front streets. Multidimensional. I didn't have no one to confirm that I was in the royalty family, but I moved like I was the royalty. Okay, so people outside could tell that I had many water guns with the humidity. People saw I had humidity choppers like the most royalty, but the most royalty didn't make them for me. People saw people saw they saw I was a drug dealer. You feel me? Not one of them peon little, here's a bag, you feel me? Tesseracts. You feel me? People saw I knew how to move weight. And you feel me? I wasn't just moving no little peon little shit. Um you feel me? So let me put right there parentheses. Big bank take little bank. Um uh people saw people saw I was the blueprints of his high story. Blueprints of high story, but didn't talk. And hold on real quick. And they raved about a quote unquote kid slash midget bringing professionalism all the way to 2000s. So, you know, that's part of the a lot of things, but yeah. You know, for me to be the person that, you know, don't have that conscious with an ancestor, you feel me? Just, you know, when I go outside, I don't get looked at as other kids. What the fuck is this app? What does that mean in the jungle? Someone's trying to trap on you. Because it doesn't make sense. It's a sob story about wanting someone older than me. But people can see on my facial expressions, back streets and the front streets, multi-dimensional, move like the royalty, had many hella choppers in the humidity made by him, drug dealer and Tesseract. So, you know, that's bigger than satellites. Big bank, take little bank. Blueprints of high story. You feel me? So that means that shit really don't make sense if you got the blueprints of high story. Because people that got the blueprints of high story, you feel me, as people don't just talk to the individual that they're directing energy to, and got the blueprints of high story but didn't talk. I'm just still trying to put where I fit, you feel me? And then, you know, as like I said, directing it, but and guess what? Whoa. Yeah, I wouldn't give that to nobody. Fuckity no. So they raved about a kid slash midget bringing professionalism all the way to 2000s. So, you know, that, you feel me, that's a great resume for entrepreneurship. So, you know, now, you feel me, someone for resume like that, you feel me, because that's better than anybody, you feel me, that means that I'm a needed Blueprints of high story. That's why I'm not. So, okay. Now, that being said, as people still don't talk to each other, uh, 50, so, no. Blueprints of high story. So, well, the world is multidimensional. So, I gotta look at people multidimensional, and I got the blueprints of high story, while some people, well, they definitely don't. You feel me? They definitely don't, right? Right? They don't. They don't, right? That's why you calling them out when I speak in general. So, the next thing is what do I fit now that because I would talk about, you feel me, but then Norcross Slick, you feel me, puts the disclaimer that wherever I go is my office without asking, because it's either people want to get paid or they don't want to get paid, you feel me. Tesseracts. So how niggas is talking about money and you was pushing tesseracts without touching them. You feel me? As I speak to other people that do what I do, but we can speak in third person. Y'all don't, okay? Y'all don't. I don't want to hear nothing about the monetary system from none of that energy. You feel me? Frequencies, energies, yes. Clairvoyance. That's all. When someone says energy and frequencies, that mean you're not on that frequency. You can't talk to those business people. That's what that means. I don't like your energy. There's a reason why you get your ass beat in the back streets. It's all shit like that means. And it's to shorten it because people blueprints of high story. So, that being said, by intelligent people can tell why I'm talking like this. So it's getting hot in here. But everybody wants to be like the Godfather. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah. Once again, we started as air saturated to water that solidified and then catching our spirits that saturate in the water. And you feel me? Ta-da. Entrepreneurship. So, non-laziness, you feel me? Now, we got to talk about how I'm in this predicament, because all we talked about is if someone can get in contact with me. We didn't talk about what happens if someone gets in contact with me. And that's where this multidimensional clout of high story happens. You feel me? This is all about if someone been in contact with me and they be like, you heard about that? You feel me? And be like, yeah, he knows the back streets are front streets. You feel me? He moves like he's that royalty family. And the boy, he had some goddamn guns in the humidity that no one could shoot through, and it's like a deja vu advertisement of his humidity. Then he was a drug dealer of tesseracts. As people like to say, death. Damn it, my pen. Death resurrection under God's surveillance. Dealer. And you feel me? He had a no roof on his whip. Yeah. And I just, you can just tell he had the blueprints of High Story. He didn't even have to talk to us to make us know that. He like, and when he was here, that's where the professionalism and the maturity came to the 2000s from. Because guess who would be that, you feel me, from the 90s? Voila. So now we got to figure out the clout. So, my question now is, if the world's multidimensional, and we know people was conscious chilling with their ancestor on a dimension, and the ancestor didn't make room for when that consciousness dropped down, and they had to make their own, but the consciousness wanted to go back to what the ancestor had, but the ancestor was like they, you feel me? There's other ancestors that didn't do that. You feel me? So blueprints of High Story, to cut it short. But damn, yeah, thick. She walking around with all that fucking drug dealer. You feel me? So, okay, now, boy, I've been in the bluff for a long time. So, okay, hold on. We know the world is multidimensional. So, if the world's multidimensional, how the fuck do arrests work? If the world's multidimensional, how the fuck do arrests work? Because someone would, you got me. That's another way to know the world's multidimensional. In that the arrests are efficient and work. It's so efficient they try to not talk about the world being multidimensional. Yeah, thick. So
What happened? Something fell down in there? That's a problem anyway.
asterisk. That answered the question. Because we gotta look at people multidimensional wise. And obviously, if you was arrested, leaving doesn't mean you're not arrested no more. Okay, so leaving the policy department does not mean you're not still under arrest. And I guess someone will look at me, but then they just have to look at themselves. But you know, I guess that's to look at someone free, because I'm a drug dealer. Okay, so that being said, that means charges are more, quote unquote, complicated and sophisticated than that. Okay, so that also being said is the officers, the authority. What, kids? Blueprints of high story, but didn't talk. Pop goes the weasel. So, that being said, as I move, bitch, get out my way. If you're arrested on a plane and classified parentheses, i.e. pedophile, molester, etc. You're classified and arrested on every dimension. This don't never get old. So, that would also mean what, kids? Blueprints of high story, but didn't talk. You like how I just said that? Now I'm about to put down a general statement. But let go. That means if you're a high rank chief / authority officer on a plane, you're the same on on every dimension. You know, now that makes sense for paperwork for the people arrested. Y'all hear that? Hold on. That's obvious. So what? Oh, arrested people jokes. Arrested people jokes. Oh, humidity choppers, blueprints of high story, but didn't talk. So we got if the world's multidimensional, how the fuck do arrests work? And leaving the police department does not mean you're not still under arrest. Charges are more quote unquote complicated and sophisticated than that. You feel me? Whoa. Woo. If you're arrested on a plane and classified, i.e. pedophile, molester, etc., you're classified and arrested on every dimension. If you're a high-ranked chief / authority officer on a plane, you're the same on every dimension. What's that atmosphere? They remember being arrested by me on another plane. Well, what the fuck? Don't I move like I'm royalty? Norcross? Wait, what the fuck? Someone's trying to trouble me and and it's who I arrested. And if I'm a high-ranked chief authority on a plane, I'm the same in every other dimension. And if you're arrested on a plane, and I arrested you on another plane, and you see me in a uniform on another plane, and now you're trying to act happy-go-lucky. And make jokes about I don't know how to pay bills, but Tesseract is the highest monetary system. And if you have money, money on your books, money on a plane, you have money in every dimension. I just had to figure out where I stand in the world, y'all. I didn't know where I stand. You feel me? So, and you know, I didn't want to look like oh damn it, my pen. You feel me? You could do, if you someone's mother on another plane, if you never was that person's family on another plane, you're not that person's family on another dimension. Oh, on every other dimension. Well, of course, there are people are arrested going to try to play dumb and try to finesse partners and family members from another plane on every other dimension. But guess what? Blueprints of the high story, but didn't talk. Whoa there. Whoa. I've been trying to put groceries in my goddamn house for a long time now. Because if I put groceries on other planes, oh, there go the threat. Yeah, let that sizzle. What New England is where my people went from another plane on this dimension. Oh hey y'all remember? Y'all remember me? Y'all remember me on that plane in this spot? Because I went to another plane and y'all went to New England to say that's where y'all remember me? So majority of my partners from another plane remember me and is chilling in New England, but in this same spot on another plane. Don't that mean I got this surrounded? Right? Okay. Because I'm still trying to put groceries and not hear about opening my refrigerator that I could open on another fucking plane. Without hearing shit. So, you know, the pen is going out. Oh my God, the pen. The pen. Okay, so if on another plane you knew how to goddamn skedaddle when it's fucking recess from being arrested and coming back or field a raft, you know how to fucking skedaddle here. Oh, water's still running. This boy done goddamn try to flip my words when I'm about to say then lost his goddamn mind. And we just figured out that I'm the highest motherfucking ranked goddamn man in the fucking whole galaxy that remembers arresting them, but didn't want to sound cocky because great power comes great responsibility, and talking a certain way makes people think they can talk to other people a certain way because of how powerful, and try to warn them for how powerful I am. Like you might have to kill him before he gets even more powerful. Okay, so let's we are water. Which is saturated spirit that's solidified. And people's been arrested for not respecting personal space of how that all works. And the clout of people being conscious with their ancestor falls under the foul of amnesia, which is the high story of repeating itself. And we know the world's multidimensional. And it stinks in here because people that knew how to skedaddle before coming this plane and thinking that it was a goddamn free fall or is going to be a free fall are trying to trap on me. And why I am known and had to add in Norcross, because this is where this bullshit's been starting, and it's been 25 years since that plane, and it keeps saturating guy. If that guy was on somebody else, you would skedaddle. So why aren't you skedaddling and it's him? The guy that wasn't conscious with no ancestors, because he's the fucking oldest ancestor. And you're not part of the family. He has never had to arrest with family. Nor would he, right? Okay. So, back streets and front streets, multi-dimensional. Move like the royalty, but didn't get hurt for trying to move like that. People saw the Glocks like the most royalty, which is the twin of that guy. Whoa. Hey. What the fuck is talking? Drug dealer of no small bags, tesseracts, death, resurrection under God's surveillance. So niggas come to you for happiness. And you know how junkies get. Tesseracts, blueprints of high story, but didn't talk. And you know who they're talking about? What the fuck is talking? And raved about as the kid / midget, bringing professionalism all the way to 2000s. Arrested people jokes. If the world's multidimensional, how the fuck do arrests work? Okay? The answer's there. And obviously, you is not with a first year officer that will be like, well, you know. You with the nigga that's saying, all I'm gonna say is, well, you know. I'm not about to elaborate. Because, well, you know is enough. Leaving the police department does not mean you're not still under arrest. You get your shit and you go and you learn how to walk in a citizen arrest. Multidimensional, how the fuck do arrests work? Charges are more, quote unquote, complicated, what they will say, when it's fucking obvious and sophisticated. That's why citizen arrests go in after you don't fucking learn your lesson after a 48-hour arrest. Then that. If you're arrested on a plane and classified, i.e. pedophile, molester, you feel me? When it's recess or anything else, you're still classified and arrested under every dimension and better be in after recess. As they try to talk when I talk, because this has been done by what the fuck is talking. If you're a high-ranked chief / authority officer on a plane, you're the same on every dimension. Because what the fuck is talking to verify you? Yeah. Whoa. If you have money on a plane and you leave, you still have money in every other dimension. All that bullshit. 25 years. 25 fucking years. And we still talking about coronavirus. Okay. Because that's how militant people talk. With attitudes. So, no. Now that we just figured out that you are a high-ranked officer on another plane, and it doesn't change, just like them being arrested on another plane doesn't change, and the warning to leave is the stink in the air, and them saying that's normal. Obviously, yeah. Blame who? Okay, so that being said, I don't know what else. Blueprints of High Story, but didn't talk. Remember, your entrepreneurship would want anybody on that plane. Oh, wait a minute. So what you doing on this plane? Lost? So now, they remember seeing you in a uniform on another plane. And they know the rules. Just like they know you're not alone, so now my voice isn't asterisk. So that being said, that, you feel me? That's called, you feel me? Asterisk. So, well, you know, we figured out that no one can claim to be you, not even the highest chief. After we talk about individuality, because in the principle of individuality, everybody's their own individuals. So if the highest chief is as cold as you, which you compliment as that, okay. So now, the next thing that needs to be uncovered is who's threatening the highest chief. Who's threatening the highest? Because that energy is threatening the highest chief, right? So now, let me put right here, if that's all we need. So who's threatening the highest chief? Because that's what that they just said you're the highest chief, and want to put some stank in their arsenal to get away from you being the highest chief. That's what that. So if you threaten somebody on a plane and ain't authority, asterisk. Why am I asterisking? Because this nigga needs to skedaddle. Both of them. They're arrested playing with this family. My guy's gonna understand. Okay. So, that being said, if you threaten somebody on a plane and ain't authority, asterisk. You feel me? That was the threat. I was just saying it back, and it didn't sound like I was just saying it back. Right? That means someone's following me. Okay. So, now, that being said, who's threatening the highest chief? About when, where, and where they can go. Okay, so that being said, they remember being arrested by you. So they trying to do a high story and hope you don't remember and they fuck you over. As I speak out for anybody that might go through this stank with anybody else. Well, I'm trying to make sure this don't ever happen again. So 25 years is that, and it could have been done in a second, is a great showing of that. You feel me? Of a comedic Egyptian Zizazizas. Oh. So, that being said, this energy, if you threaten somebody on the planet ain't authority, asterisk, that energy whoa, see how I keep disappearing, coming back. Cause guess what? There's nothing to say. I already said it. If you're arrested on a plane and classified, you're classified and arrested on every dimension. So, If you're arrested and you're threatening somebody on a plane and ain't authority, but you acting like authority, that's who's threatening the highest chief. About if you do your job on this dimension, we're gonna come get you. Who gonna get you? Someone arrested on a plane and classified on every other dimension. Look, they know who you are. Listen, they talking about the one that arrested them. That's that. You feeling upset. I'm talking about the person that arrested them on that plane. And that means they're arrested on every dimension and classified. Arrested people jokes. So yeah, we about to go another sun up with arrested people that know they can skedaddle because they got threats that you ain't gonna do nothing. Even though it means they're arrested on every dimension too. So the people arrested on every dimension is threatening you that you ain't gonna do nothing. And you gonna let another sun up. And I'm like, maybe because I'm not arrested. But you know, y'all threatening. Case closed. So yeah. I'm just glad they know that if they know that you're not talking. So you know, they're just arrested walking until they vanish and then they go back into their cell from that plane. Yeah, just like so oh, okay. Okay, yeah, you is who you is. Okay. So yeah. So there go that foul. Okay, there go that. There go that foul. There go that foul. I I okay, I just had, you know, that's what high story repeats itself is. Talking about two S's.